We're going to take a quick look at the steps for adding a billing service code. I'm already logged into CentralReach in the billing module. You would go to billing and timesheets and go to service codes. That brings me to this window here that we're already in. Now in this case, I'm going to open up my filters box on the side here by using the filters icon here. And you can see here I have a few different filters set up for my codes, one of which is 2019 CPT. This is just so I could quickly find those codes. I'm going to minimize my filters, my label filters here. So as you can see, I have the new codes listed already as a service code, and I've already tagged them as billable, and they already have certain labels. For example, 97153, which amounts to being direct care by the technician or the BCBA. In this case, if I click on here, I can see that I assigned it as a CPT code for 2019. A BCBA can do it. It's billable, it's insurance, and a paraprofessional can do it. Those are my own personal preferences. What we're going to do is we're going to do an add a new code, and I'm actually going to add the exact same code in with test use. So we're going to do add new. It's a billable code, 97153. I'm going to put this in and just write here, I'm going to indicate test so I can delete it later. We're going to enforce the custom provider rate, which is the standard, bill by units, and pay by time. That's a standard here. Default units is 1. Now you can optionally set the default place of service. I like to leave it open to make sure they're paying attention to what they're doing. 15 minutes per unit. Default number of minutes is your personal preference for your company, so you might use it as a 60 minutes as a default, or 120, 2 hours. If the code has a modifier, you need to put the modifier in here. Service location, we want that as a required field. Service address, you can either put optional and not required. Procedure info is not needed. Drive time in miles is optional. Service notes, we don't need. Admin notes are optional. These are all preferences based on the company's desires. Signature, I'm going to put not required for the client or the provider. We do want it to require an authorization. Enforce single timesheet conversion. Require a schedule conversion, which means that they have to put it on their schedule first before they can make it into a timesheet. And restrict early timesheet conversion is not allowing them to make this into a timesheet before they've actually performed the service. Lock grace period is how long they have after the service has occurred before they get locked out and can't convert it to an appointment, to a timesheet. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to go show back up. We have this as the test code for 97153. I'm going to save it, and we go back to the screen. Now you could see here, first of all, it's filtering by this, but it has this little warning label. So it means we're missing some information. I'm going to just take out this filter so you could see it in the grand scheme of things, and there it is in order, numeric order, with the warning code. So what we need to do here now is we're going to go over here and we're going to edit the code properties. No, actually we're going to add a default rate. So the default rate is the insurance company, how much you're getting paid by the insurance to do this service. So when I go here, I'm going to pick the insurance company that we're using with this. So let's just say the insurance company is Workforce, okay? And I've negotiated a rate with Workforce to get paid $5 for each 15 minutes of service. So we put that in, add that in, okay? Now the warning label is gone, but we still need to do more. We need to go here and add a custom rate. The custom rate is the employee. So in this case, I'm going to assign this to an employee, and we're going to assign it to the owner of the company. And since she's salaried, we're going to put in a 0 here. But if she was getting paid, you know, maybe $2 an hour, you would just put in $2 an hour, okay? and hit add the rate. Okay, so now this code is actually usable once it gets assigned with an authorization. Ultimately, what you would want to do though is add custom rates for as many employees that you need to in the company. So you can add another employee and we give him a rate of 0 and so on. You also need to make sure that however many insurance companies you have using this code, you add them as default rates. So we want to I went into a bad window, but you could do the same thing here, set default rate. We could do it for Aetna, and we can say that it'll be 0 or $3 per 15 minutes. Okay? So now you can see here Workforce and Aetna. Workforce is paying us $5 for 15 minutes, and Aetna is paying us $3 per 15 minutes. And that is the basics of how to get a service code set up in CentralReach, one that is billable. Let's just go back to find that. Let's go, I want to just kind of get reset back to my main view. So I'm going to go here, service codes, just to my regular view. I'm going to find that test one. And in this case, I actually want to label this. So I'm going to pick some of my other labels here. Since a BCBA can do this, I'm going to do that. Since a para can do it. And this is one of my new codes, so I can quickly find it. And this is an insurance related code. Okay? And then we just click out of there, and that should be saved. Okay? It has 2 custom rates, which means it has 2 insurance companies that are going to be billed for it. 2 default rates means that 2 employees are on this service code item. And 4 means the 4 labels. That's it.